Frank, that game had an edge, but it was vital you came away with something.
Yeah, and we could have got all 3 points. Really, really good spirit from us, really good organisation, really tough place to come because of the way they play. They're all in, the pressure's high. You saw the result they got against Chelsea, win the first game of the season against Wolves, being a goal down. Like there's a momentum can build in this stadium really quickly. But I thought we played well. We were the spirit, the defensive attitude of the team, the breakaways. You know, they had the real good chances in the second half to go and win the game.
You were controlling the tempo in the first half, I think, or was it time wasting? There was a lot of complaints.
No, to be honest, I think they became obsessed with the time. I think we went 1-0 up. And there were a couple of times the ball was in the crowd still, and their bench were talking about time. I don't know why they want Jordan to sprint into the crowd, get the ball back, put it down. I didn't get it. I think it became an obsession. And then the crowd get on it, and then they try and manage the game or put pressure on the referee. I understand it. Goodison Park can be a tough place to come with those things, but I think it became a talking point and maybe a bit of a side issue because, as I say, there were a lot of times there where we've just got to go and get the ball. What do you want us to do? Strange.
Gordon's goal was quality, of course.
Yeah.
You'll be glad when this transfer window closes and we stop asking about him. But we saw his worth again tonight.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about him anymore. You know, there's a couple more days. You saw the worth he is to this club. Attitude amazing, and I always talked to him from the day I joined the club. I want more goals from you because he's got everything, and attitude and ability, speed, and great finish, and that'll give him confidence to carry on with that. Listen, it's great. We're playing games at the minute without a striker, an out-and-out striker as such. And so we need that input from what our wingers. Damari's been really good for us in that front, and Anthony there today. And now we're getting a striker that can play the next game, and we'll get stronger. But the spirit of the team was fantastic tonight.
You can see that in the reshuffled back four.
Yeah,
with Onana in front, worked well.
Yeah, it did. And you know, I think a lot of people look at can be questioning of a back three because they call it a back five. But from where we were last season, when I came in and we were in a real dogfight, it was clear, it was evident, and to try and pull that around and change a lot of things in terms of spirit really quickly. And then for people to expect this season, okay, here we are, we're going to play beautiful football out of nowhere and we're going to fly up the table. It's not. You have to build from the bottom. And so we've built and become hard to beat. And I know we've lost a couple of games we haven't won yet, but we're not conceding. Maybe we lose that game last year. And whether you play a 5, whether you play a 4, if you get the discipline right defensively like we had today, and personnel, you know, Onana come in, he's covering ground, you know, stopping things, tackling, breaking away. We'll get better on the ball, we'll get braver on the ball and add that to our game. And when we do that, we'll get a nice balance to us.
Speaking of personnel, we've got to return to Neil Maupay, who missed this game because of paperwork. Explain what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but yeah, I suppose it is paperwork, but it's you know, the rules as such. So it was, as I said to you before, there's another. It was signed on Friday afternoon, and then they call it 3 non-working days because of bank holiday. This is a Premier League, you know what I mean? I think this game's been beamed around the world, and we signed a player 4 days ago. We play 1 game in the meantime. This is the 2nd game since he's been in. If match day had been chosen to be tomorrow, then he could play. It just feels like a real strange one and disappointing, and it's disappointing for Neil. He wants to come here and play. Disappointing for us to have an option. Slightly limited with options to make later in the game. They lost the centre forward and brought on another one. Then they brought on another one later on. You know, that's what we're contesting, and it was just disappointing that we couldn't play Neil. Because
we're in an age of electronic media, isn't it? Everything can happen very quickly.
Yeah, and to be fair, if it's something that slipped through the net, it may come in quickly because, you know, like you say, these things should be done quickly, and so I don't want to go too heavy on that point. Maybe it's something flagged and it will change and that will benefit someone else, I guess.
Nice quiet weekend for you as well, Mersey derby.
Yeah. It's going to be a big game for us, tough game. We know that, you know, against Liverpool. My first experience of it at Goodison. The lads have to rest up because that was a big shift for them tonight. We have to respect Liverpool in a sense, in the football sense, of course, but we have to show our fans passion, the desire, a little bit of what we showed tonight. We have to go again with that and start to believe in ourselves that little bit more. As I said, this is not. We have to be really understanding of where we're at, really realistic, and want to work, and we'll see the improvement. That's the only thing I can say to the group, and seeing them after the game, that they're happy because they know their spirit was great today and the discipline was brilliant. But we know there's a little bit more. We know maybe we can win that game as we improve, so we'll keep going.